We're getting a new view of that deadly plane plunge in Haulover yesterday. A Cessna losing power in midair, flying right between cars and traffic before hitting an SUV head-on. A mother and her two kids who were inside that car amazingly walked away, but the pilot would sadly lose his life after the wreckage burst into flames.
The FAA and NTSB are investigating what went so terribly wrong. Local 10's Terrell Fournet is live.
And all three people who were aboard that plane were from the very same family. There were 6 total victims. In fact, we know that some people who were on the ground were also injured. So 1 person dead, as you had just mentioned, including that pilot, but 5 people who survived this plane crash. It all happened here on the Haulover Inlet Bridge. This is A1A just north of Bal Harbour. Certainly some terrifying moments that were caught on cell phone video and some dash cam video, and we are seeing a very new view for the first time. Just as cars move southbound on A1A over a bridge, a small plane flying dangerously low comes into view on the northbound side. A red truck swerves to avoid contact.
Attention, it's time in reference to plane crash into a bridge.
The emergency calls went out seconds later as the single-engine Cessna 172 clipped 2 vehicles before making a crash landing onto the bridge.
I heard kind of like a bang, right? But I wasn't facing the bridge.
Witnesses jumped into action to try and help the victims, as seen on multiple cell phone videos. Bystanders were in shock. Some risked their own lives to get to the victims, as seen on this video. Sadly, though, Narciso Torres died in the crash. The 36-year-old was a longtime Miami-based air traffic controller. 2 of his relatives were also aboard the plane. They survived. 1 is still recovering with extensive burns. A pair of victims on the ground were also injured in a crash that happened in broad daylight on a Saturday afternoon. A mother and her 2 small children were in one of the vehicles hit by the plane.
I hear somebody saying, plane just crashed on the bridge, and I turn around and I see the flame, and I kind of just headed over to it and started filming.
The NTSB is now sifting through what's left of the plane. A spokesperson tells Local 10 part of the investigation will be to request radar data, weather information, air traffic control communication, airplane maintenance records, and the pilot's medical records. An investigation that could take up to 2 years to complete. So that wreckage was removed from where this crash happened and is being sifted through by those federal investigators at an off-site facility. But we do know at least what actually led up to this. Again, will take some time, but all we know is that this plane somehow lost power. It had just taken off from Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. It was headed to Key West when something went terribly wrong. Preliminary answers should be revealed by those federal investigators within the next couple of weeks. Reporting live from Northeast Miami-Dade, I'm Terrell Fournet, Local 10 News.